Hi, so first of all, an apology to you, Tim. I did let you know that I'd read it personally and my thoughts on it, and I meant to do this, and then life got in the way. So, this is a long overdue review of Cherry Licks. This is by the author T.W. Malpass. You may remember him from a previous book review I've done. And I'd say this one is as good, if not better. Now, I'm of the group of people who thinks that the music industry is commercialising smut, really. It's all about the image. You know, the bands like the Rolling Stones, the Beatles, potentially, maybe a little. But those kind of bands, The Who, would not get anywhere today. A lot of the 80s new wave bands probably wouldn't get that far today because they're not drop-dead gorgeous. Now, you do have modern things like The Voice, which apparently is more about, strangely enough, The Voice. But for the most part, these things are, you look good. You look marketable. And that's a big problem. Now, quick sidebar, I also like the film Halloween 3, Season of the Witch. I thought it was an interesting departure from the Michael Myers stalking, slashing, etc. And that was kind of Carpenter's original vision for Halloween. It was meant to be a series of kind of anthology kind of tales. It wasn't meant to be like a Friday the 13th and Nightmare on Elm Street style affair, where it's just the adventures of this serial killer who slowly over time gets more supernatural. So, I found that a very interesting film. Yes, it's got its problems, and I will constantly have the Silver Shamrock theme in my head whenever I hear it for about a month afterwards. It's probably going to be in my head even after talking about it today. Why do I mention this after my take apart of the music industry? Well, these two ideas come together in a beautiful melding in Cherry Licks. The basic premise is that instead of, if you haven't seen Halloween 3, Season of the Witch, potential spoilers, but if the masks are controlled to basically just cause people's faces to go all blur and kill them and stuff. It's not nice. It's not fun. Did traumatise me a little because I was quite young when I watched it first, but no more than having the Silver Shamrock theme stuck in my head. But anyway, yeah, so, instead of that methodology, it's the music. And it isn't just one piece of music. I mean, with the Silver Shamrock thing, it's a combination of something in the masks, the flashing lights, and the music in the adverts, on the TV spots, that caused this effect. It was a melding of those two. And this is what Cherry Licks kind of picks up. Over a period of time listening to a particular group's music, basically the slow building of almost like a sleeper cell kind of triggering mechanism, like you see in a lot of mind control, which causes people to basically self-mutilate to horrific levels. I'm not going to really go into much here, but it's not far from the truth, as in some ways, because it is the media just not caring about the audience as long as they buy the product, basically. And that's, as I say, the big problem with the music industry, or one of them. It's no longer about the music, it's about the industry part, the sellability. There are other little nuances of, sort of how they're doing it, why they're doing it, who the people are that are doing it. There's even a perfect one-to-one parallel Simon Cowell character. Just in the description, you can tell that that's what was being used as inspiration, and I love that. Sort of painting him as a bad guy doesn't take much. Let's put it that way. So it is a very good read. Now, my focus, my concentration has got to the point that I now go to audiobooks. This isn't going to go into a paid spot for Audible, don't worry. But, I now go to audiobooks because I can't maintain the focus to read. This is short enough that I could do it in pretty much one sitting. I just went straight through it. So it's nice and short and sweet. There is a link below where you can go and get it for yourself. And I strongly recommend, if you like novel ideas of horror, not like as in novel, like a book, obviously, but novel ideas in horror writing with darkly comic sense behind it, but also a great sense of humanity and an understanding of how emotions play into what we do every day. I'd recommend basically giving his entire back catalogue a read if you can, but definitely start with this and First Cut, which, as I say, is the other review that I did. Go and have a look at that, see what I thought about that. And as always, until next time, take care.